Everyone, welcome back to OnBase. I am your host, Chris Moody. Today, I'm very excited to have Chad Holdorf with us to discuss the rise of Agentic AI and what it means for go-to-market teams. Chad, thanks for joining us today. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you, Chris. Been a big fan, and this is my first time on a podcast, so be nice to me, please.
Oh, I will. Your setup's great, though. I mean, you can't tell, so well played.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I'd love for you to tell everyone a little bit about your journey and what you do at Demandbase. So what led you here? What are you working on now?
Yeah, so I've been at Demandbase for just over 5 months, and one big reason why I came to Demandbase was, I tell this to every customer and even our employees, like Demandbase has all the right ingredients. Like we have all the personalization, we have the sales, we have literally the whole entire go-to-market stack. And, I just saw an opportunity where we could take these, what I call ingredients, and really, I think I could provide a way where we could help demand-based customers really be served. They just want to be served dinner and just give me the things on a plate. And I saw that possibility, and I saw the rise of agents, and I thought, what a beautiful place to be at, and that's why I joined Demandbase.
I love that. Well, you mentioned agents, so we're gonna dig in. Lots of questions on agents, but
Yeah.
A recent stat said that 83% of automation decision makers are doubling down on AI agents. What do you think is driving this shift, and why does it matter so much right now?
I'm surprised it's not 100%. It is really a way to help people become literally an expert in any area, and really 10x the way you can get things done. And there's not many times in your career where you'll have these transformational changes in technology. And I think it's 88 today or whatever you said, it's going to be 90, in the next fall weeks. So there's so much potential and capabilities that are coming at such a fast rate that I think it's really just the start of helping companies really be so efficient in their B2B marketing, their B2B advertising. It's just right here.
Yeah, I love that. And look, we know in tech, sometimes adoption does not mean execution or usage, right?
Yeah.
We see that AI adoption is skyrocketing, but sometimes execution may still be a mess. What do you think is the biggest mistake that B2B teams are making with AI today?
I had a previous CEO tell me over and over and over, it's he kept saying, Chad, it's not about the tech, it's about the problem or the outcome customers want to achieve. And if you can laser focus on meeting the outcome and the goal or the problem the customer want and solve that with agents or some other kind of technology, that is what you need to focus on. And I think every day I see our teams waking up and we talk about a customer. I'll just say one of them is Paige from a really big one of our customers. And we just talk how would Paige have this capability and how would it help her solve her problems? And then we meet with Paige to understand how is this going to help her solve her problem? Because at the end of the day, customers want to either make more money, save money, or reduce risk. And that's how we talk about trying to solve the problem rather than just applying a new set of technology and not really solving their problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the customer focus there and the name. So well played. You get 2 extra points for that. I don't even keep score, but we'll give you imaginary points here.
Yeah,
there's $3.
There's a list, and even Hannah, who works, at Demandbase, we talk about Hannah all the time, who's a demand gen, and how would this help her solve her problems every day? And that's, if we're doing that, this technology is not going to solve it by itself.
Yeah, totally. Well, we were just at Revenue Kickoff together, and you called Agentbase not just AI agents, but the right agents for go-to-market. What does that actually mean in practice?
Yeah, I mean, what I see is that our users want this capability built into their workflow. They don't want to have to take the data out of Demandbase and then go over somewhere else and do something for sales or send it somewhere else and then try to DIY it themselves. They don't like I said earlier, they just want to be served. They don't want to have to like learn all these tricks of having 20 different systems. So what we're really trying to do is like get it to fit within their flow today. When I say flow, like their workflow, and like help them get it done faster or more efficient, or my favorite, like bring the insights and recommendations that sometimes I think no human could actually figure out themselves, you know? So like looking past like 100 close one opportunities and like analyzing that and then bringing you the recommendations right into your flow, like that is the secret sauce that I see us building here at Demandbase. And like that I see as just extremely powerful to what customers are like dying for today.
Yeah, that's great. Well, okay, this is not Paige and this is not Hannah or even Tom, which we all know Tom, but give us the real world impact. So if I'm logged into Demandbase and I press the proverbial on switch for Agentbase, maybe it's me refreshing something. We'll pretend there's just a big button and I mesh on. What's going to change when that happens?
Yeah, I'll give you the easy ones that are like no brainers for us to do. So like we have intent signals is like really important to both marketing and sales. And if you go to our intent page today without the button on, like you get pages of charts and pages of signals that help with intent, and trying to like mentally think through like what are all these intent signals and which ones are best and which ones are trending, because the charts may go up and down. Even for me, it's hard. Now you apply the agent button, and right on the top, you will get insights of exactly what words are trending. And then eventually you'll get the recommendations and the actions to do that. And these recommendations and actions, I say, like, aren't there today, but like those are coming very, very soon. And not having to like drill through all of that I don't know how people do it today, but you know, there are some experts, but just seeing this right in front of you will then like what I call give you the gas to like even go further and really solve the right one. So that's like what I call a basic one or a real easy one. Now, if you like maybe go to the other extreme, which we already have in production today, is our AI ads outcome. I can't remember the exact name now. So, but it's an ads one, and literally the customer just comes in there and types the outcome they want that ad to achieve. And then we do all the work, all the placement, figure out where it fits within your journey stage. And we just do that automatically for you. Like you're not trying to figure it out. You're not trying to type. You're not trying to like overanalyze it. Like we're just doing it for you. Like customers want their outcomes to be achieved. And that's what we have to solve for. And I just think those two are like very different extremes, where there's no human in this loop and there's human in this one. I think there's going to be a day where all of these capabilities will just like easily come to light and just make Demandbase and go-to-marketers just so much more happier every day. You know, that it's just thrilling to watch it come to life.
I love it. I'll take happier. That's always a good thing when we can promise someone's happier. We'll track it too. Maybe we can put a metric on that.
We will definitely be measuring happiness, retention, but like the people that I've shown it to, and you saw it at RKO, when they see it, like their light goes off like, oh my God, I didn't know this was even possible.
Absolutely. Well, look, we know there's a ton of noise in this space. I can close my eyes on LinkedIn, push scroll as hard as I can on my mouse, and it's going to land on something AI, it's like Wheel of Fortune or something, right? We also see AI SDRs on billboards. We see agents that are claiming to help revenue teams all the time. But what do you think is broken about some of the agents today, and how does Agentbase fix that?
Yeah, I'll give you my favorite example. I used to work at somewhere before Demandbase, and we happened to use that software here at Demandbase. And I knew that I know they're using an AI SDR. And I got an email that said like, hey, Chad, check out this new capability that's being built by this other company. Like, would you like to buy it? What I don't get is like, I built that. I knew it. Like, it's Like, how did they not know? How did they not know that I built that? I worked there. They didn't even know like the AI SDR agent they had didn't even know where I previously worked. And I know what is the most powerful thing to all of these agents is this is like having the data that is foundational and consistent between your entire go-to-market stack. Because the last thing a salesperson wants to do is get on a call with me and be like, hey, you want to buy this software? I like built it. I used to work there. Like, that doesn't make any customer happy or accomplish any goal that anybody's looking for. So at Demandbase, like we have a consistent, standardized set of data that our agents will be running from all the way from top of the funnel to the bottom of the funnel. And there is no confusion between what a marketer is going to send to a customer or what a sales is going to talk. Like without the right data, it's just a mess.
Yeah, I'm running into that. One of my favorite newsletters, I hope it's an AI SDR. If it's a real person, I'm more embarrassed. But I have referred 206 people from my personal email address to this newsletter because they have a gamification system. They send me swag for referring people. And now they have my Demandbase email and they think I'm Christine. So I'm getting emails from some company that I have sent 206 subscribers to, and they don't even know my name in their outreach, that I continue to report as spam every time I get it.
Yeah, that is not the experience we want to accomplish, and like I come back to what I said in the beginning, like we have at Demandbase all of these amazing capabilities that sometimes it's hard for even me to understand what they all do. And like having a really clean set of contacts and names, like I do not want any of our products to be sending Christine a message like that. That is not what delights customers. And I just know that Demandbase has this set of data and contacts and names as part of that. And having that is extremely powerful. And I can just see people really getting the most amount of value and solving their problems with this like consistent set of data.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a perfect way to approach it. Look, and I've been in marketing a long time, so we can just state the obvious. Marketing has made some promises over the years, right? Right message, right time, right person, all the things. Lots of AI agents are claiming to predict the next best action, but we know that bad data leads to bad AI. How does Agenbase ensure that every move is based on reality?
Yeah, we don't have it today, but I will tell you what the future looks like. And the future looks like, when I say future, I'm thinking like end of the year max. And what we want to be able to get to is look at every activity that happened between each stage of the journey. And then being able to recommend you based on like real events, what you need to do or what this agent could do for you at that stage of the journey. And I think knowing what it takes to move a customer or an account from one journey phase to the next and knowing from history what accomplished that, like that is extremely, extremely powerful to, again, deliver that right message at the right time, for the right person. And knowing this is going to be so extremely powerful that it's what I think is extremely going to separate us from pretty much any AI agent capability that I see any other of somebody else trying to use.
Yeah, totally. And you mentioned right person. I think of Goldilocks a lot when we talk about accounts and people, and one is too big and one is too small, and buying groups has always been what we've positioned in the middle, but we know that most AI solutions are stopping at the account level. Most, not all, but decision makers are driving deals, not just the accounts. How does Agenbase find the right people, not person, the right people inside the buying group?
Yeah, we have the answer is it's not easy, but the capability we are going to have available we're going to have it in beta by the end of the month, and then we're going to start working with our customers. And think about, like you said, buying groups is these collection of people that want to buy a product, right? And what I see customers wanting is a way to be able to quickly what I call ask somebody or ask the system, like, how do I filter through this? So we now have a filter agent working where you can look at all of your accounts and then you can just dissect it step by step and ask it natural language questions. And I've shown it to a few customers and like, you can see their eyes just light up because they don't know SQL. They don't know ands. They don't know ors, joins. Like their brain is just like, I can't possibly figure out how to filter in. And literally with our intelligent filter agent, like you just ask it what you want and it keeps drilling down for you. So you go from like 20,000 contacts down to like the 422 that have the most intent and fit the criteria you're looking for. And then you can like take action on that. That to me, it's like finding the needle in the haystack, and like the agents that we are building will like pinpoint those exact contacts you need to be reaching out for me, which again, watching customers try it out, they just simply say like they haven't been able to do this at all in their career.
Yeah. Well, look, let's talk about, these can be perceived as buzzwords. We're not going to call them buzzwords, but a lot of companies claim to be open. They claim to be flexible. When we talk about open and flexible, what does that actually mean for a go-to-market team that will be using Agentbase?
Yeah, the one that I get over and over is mostly related to flexible. And what they want is to be able to adjust journey stages for every single product, because not every product has the right stages, and they want that flexibility, and they want to be able to create a pipeline predict score or a qual score related to that specific product. And like, we give you the knobs to turn all these things. And that is not what others in the market have today. And then I think the second one that I hear almost similar to that is the openness. And I just met with a customer yesterday and they're like, Chad, we love these agents. We love where you're going. We love the vision, but like, we've got our own data lake, with all this other data that has all these other things that they want to build agents on site. And we are going to have APIs that make us just fit into your stack, that you can just call our agents or use our data somewhere else like that. That to me is we want to fit within your stack, not like have us be the wall of the garden where nobody else can like enter it. We are going to be so open that it just allows others to like easily integrate our product into their suite.
Yeah, that reminds me of one of our keynotes at RKO, right? Alan Stein Jr., be where your feet are kind of thing, right?
Exactly.
Like be where the people are. I like that a ton. And, you hit on one of the delivery promise. Well, I will not say promise. We don't want to flag with legal or anyone, but what you expect to happen by the end of the year. But what do you see happening with AI agents in general? So in the industry, how will they evolve in the next 12 to 18 months? What do you think is going to separate winners from losers?
I think if I had a crystal ball and knew that answer, like I'd probably be a zillionaire, but like it is so, let me just give you an example. Like deep research was just announced by some AI companies, Perplexity, OpenAI, and like that capability is just amazing. If you could do deep research on your customers and understand all their analytics and like be able to send the right message. So like 4 months ago, like I wasn't even thinking that. And now I'm like, we got to do, like, that's what we're doing tomorrow. And I think what our goal at Demandbase is, like, we are, like you said earlier, we're not just going to go off and build technology and hope it fits a problem. And we are going to start a program with customers, call it a design partner program, where we're going to work with our set of customers and have them help us build the right roadmap and the right set of agents. Because I love building things by myself, but like when you marry like the technology and the product group with a set of customers that are aiming for the same goal, I know our design partner program is going to really separate us from just building a bunch of AI that nobody uses to like exact problems that people are having today. And that's another one that I'm just thrilled to like see how it comes to play.
That's awesome. Well, if you had a soapbox, Chad, you could get on the soapbox, you could yell at go-to-market leaders and get them to stop doing one thing when it comes to AI, what's the one thing everyone should
Oh,
stop?
man. I think if I had to, the easy answer would be like avoiding it. Like it's not going to happen. Like it's a buzzword or it's like something that's going to go away. Like I would, I would, I would bet a Moody paycheck that like this capability is not going away, and they have to embrace it, and they have to make sure that it is solving their outcomes rather than just putting it into just buying it for the sake of like trying to use it. I think they have to embrace it, but they have to be very meticulous about the outcome they're trying to achieve, and then having metrics and goals to see if that thing solves it. Because, like you said, you don't want to be called Christine, and that's not the goal. And I think you just have to be very clear from every go-to-market leader of like what the problem you're trying to solve and how does this fit, and maybe the second one is just not trying to take on too many tools at one time to like solve every problem, because you'll drive yourself nutty by just the pace that things are going.
Love that. Chad, thanks so much for your time today. We have a couple quick hitters. We call this the lightning round to wrap out our show today. The first, you are touching lots of different pieces of technology. What are some of the cool tools or tech that you think everyone should check out?
Oh, man. Of course, the obvious ones are OpenAI. The other one is Perplexity. I think at work, we use Gemini, and it's pretty amazing to just upload some content. I just uploaded some content today on agents and had people ask questions about it. So, like, I think at work, using Gemini, if you're a Google company like that, that's like so easy and so great.
That's awesome. Shout out to the dog, too. I hear dog running. That's amazing.
Yeah, she just walked in from a stroll around the neighborhood.
Special guest. All right, cool. What about your favorite reads, like book, blog, newsletter, podcasts? What do you recommend to our listeners?
That's a good one. I commute to work most days, and one that I always listen to is My First Millionaire. My First Million. I think that's one. And then the other book that I don't have it is called I just started reading it. It's always one of those books where you're like, I disagree, but God, I love it. I disagree, but I love it. It's one called The Inner Game of Tennis. I don't know if you're a tennis player, but like he gave an example yesterday where he's like reading tennis players, and the one he was like telling them all the things they need to do and do this and do this and do this. And the person was like overswinging and doing all these things. And then the next session, he's just like showing more and all you got to tell showing more than doing. So it just reminds me to like show my employees and show others like how to do things rather than just tell them to like swing harder or like do that. So inner game of tennis is a fascinating read.
That's great. I love sports psychology stuff. My 13-year-old is a baseball pitcher, and the classic for pitcher is the parents from the stands who go, just need a strike, just throw strikes. It's like, yes. We know. Everyone knows.
Yeah.
Throw a strike.
And the other part of this book in chapter 1, it talks about like when you feel like you're behind, you're like over try, all right? You're trying harder. And like that's the worst thing you can do is like try to even be better at that, because you're just, you're going to do something wrong. And I think about that when you're behind something at work, just not trying to overdo it, because like you'll just create more bad scenarios.
Yeah. Great suggestion there. What about good people, Chad? Who inspires you in B2B?
Oh, who does inspire me? Of course, I'll have to talk about Gabe and Berto. I think they both have different personalities of me, which is great to like just think about how to like work with customers and solve challenges. Even Kelly too, like just those three just really help me think about B2B. And then again, I used to work at Salesforce, and Benioff and Parker Harris. Like one Parker Harris story that I still remember today is every Thursday they have volunteer work, and he I was at some school like painting or something, and I remember a kid saying like, "Hey, what is Salesforce?" And I'm like, "Oh, who is he talking to?" I go in there, and it's Parker Harris. He's there on a Thursday, like helping improve a school in downtown San Francisco. And he answered like, "We're based in San Francisco. We help marketing and sales." And so many stories from those two that I still keep with me today. So, I got to work closely with both of them. And I just think they phenomenal leaders and phenomenal, like thinking out there in the future. So once you're in the Salesforce DNA, like because it's all about the customer, and that's something I still take with me today.
Great suggestions there. Love that, Chad, especially the story about Parker in the school. That's always cool when you see a leader do that. But the most important question of all, how can everyone get in touch with you, and how can they get involved after the podcast?
Yeah, so I am going to be at the Forrester B2B Summit March 30th. We're going to have a demo booth. I'll be there. Like, you can see these agents working. It's just not me talking. Like, you'll be able to see it. So I'll be there. And then we also have an EMEA conference in London on April 30th, I believe, 2030, something like that. Again, a bunch of my peers will be there. And again, you'll be able to see it. And in between those two times, we'll be having design partner program sign up. So that is a chance for you to sign up. You'll see it on our website here soon. You're going to work with me. And people, I don't know, some people say it's great to work with me, but like, I love working with customers and solving their problems. So then if all else fails, like, you can find me on LinkedIn, Chad Holdorf, and happy to have conversations about any B2B go-to-market. Love learning about it.
All right. Well, Chad, great show. Thanks so much for your time. Can't wait to see how Agentbase is going to help me in the podcast too.
I love it. Appreciate it, Chris. Thanks.
All right. Talk soon.
See ya.